Welcome to ECI 451. I'm Melissa Bartlett. I will be facilitating this course for the spring 2013. If you're watching this video, then you have already logged in and seen this home page. I wanted to give you a bit of an orientation for what resources are available that would make the course a little easier for you to navigate through. Announcements will always appear here. They will also show up here, and they will be emailed to your North Carolina State University email account. I will only make announcements for unusual things or changes or for highlighted things. Let's see, the next thing is this avatar here. She is made with one of the cool tools that you'll be learning this semester, and looks just like me, right? But at any rate, each week I will create some sort of announcement up in this corner, which just gives you a reminder of what is to be graded that week, what you need to do for the forums. It's very short, and that it's currently live. For more detailed information about the course as a whole, you will need to download the course syllabus, which I would highly recommend that you do. And I left it a Word document so that you can manipulate it and take out the pieces for reference that you want. I have, of course, at the beginning there is the course description, which you probably have already seen. Here's my contact information. It's also on the Moodle. Please note that I do have my cell phone listed, my personal cell phone, because this is an online class. I know that we don't meet face-to-face, and if you ever get stuck, you really just feel free to call me. I will answer. I also can Skype and or meet you face-to-face if you ever get a chance to be on campus. Here's your textbook. If you have not gotten it already, I will go in tomorrow, Tuesday, and scan Chapter 1 and post it on the Moodle for those who haven't gotten their book yet, but please do get the book by next week. There may be used copies available, as this course, I taught this course last semester as well. I have 2 paper copies at Poe Hall, if any of you in the Media Center on the 4th floor, if any of you have a chance to get on campus. There will also be additional readings or videos to watch, that sort of thing, on the Moodle. Here are the course objectives. You can read them at your leisure. The grading scale is typical straight state grading scale. This is a broad view of the 6 sources of the grades that you'll get for this course. The biggest portion is 52% comes from the weekly forums, the blogs where you actually type in your responses to the readings and how you can apply them to your teaching, and then your responses to colleagues, which you are required to do. There are 13 of these, and they're 4 points each. Not expecting pages and pages for these forums, but definitely I'll give you questions, specific questions that I expect you to answer. You as a reader essay, short essay or reflection on what you were like as a student, reader and writer, to kind of tap into what your students and your classes may be going through. This readability assessment project is it's where you learn how to measure the reading level of any given text for your content area, because I know that for science, math, for history, social studies, I know that sometimes you'll be using authentic materials from the field that are not created by a publisher, and you'll need to know the grade level for the materials. So this will teach you how to do that. That's worth 5 points. You'll actually do that to a piece of text. The reading guide project, you will learn how to create a guide that students use during their reading to kind of guide them through reading. That's worth 6 points. The Cool Tools project, every week after the first week, you will be introduced to an internet-based free tool for teachers. And at the end of the course, you will you'll post a product or some sort of activity you've done with one of those cool tools. And then here's the big project. It's worth 27%. It is your final exam, but you can work on it all the way through the course. And it's basically a 3-part lesson plan that uses some of the strategies you've learned through this course And the three parts will be you'll pick a text from your content area, and then you'll do a pre-reading activity, a during reading activity, and a post or after reading activity. You'll create the lesson plan, you'll submit it for feedback to me, and then I'll give you feedback. You'll tweak it if you care to. Then you submit it to your peers in this class. I'll set up a group for each of you, and they'll get feedback, and then you actually deliver the lesson plan to either your class if you have one, or a borrowed class, or if you don't have access to any students at all, borrowed or otherwise, to an informal group of appropriately aged learners, neighbors, friends, children. If you have a problem with this, you need to let me know soon so that we can work something out. But you really need to try the lesson out and then reflect on what went right and what maybe could be made better. And that will be your final exam. So I'm moving along. There is a more detailed description about the projects there. And then I have, and I know if I were a student in this class, I probably would go with the big table at the bottom, and I'll show you that in a minute. First, I want to, you see this box here, it's on the syllabus. You need to copy it and type your name and date, paste it into an email, and email it to moi, because this is a release form for the technology tool, the Cool Tools project, because sometimes these tools on the internet, people can accidentally or they just run across them. So I need a release form that you understand. If you make a Voki, like an avatar or a little movie or whatever tool you decide to play around with, the cartoon, there is a possibility that there will be third parties that could see it. So I really need that from you. And then here's the table I talked about. This is a blow-by-blow, play-by-play weekly guide with due dates for all of your assignments for the entire semester. So there's the syllabus in a nutshell. So let's get back to the Moodle. Please do read the syllabus. They're having some technical difficulties here. There we go. Okay, so there's the syllabus. As I mentioned, the avatar will have the overview. Here's the blue, it's an aqua bar. Under here, you will see the internet tools listed. Now the Moodle tutorials, if you're unfamiliar with Moodle at all, this first one is a general overview of it. It's quite detailed. Definitely, if you're not familiar with the Moodle, watch it. It's highly recommended. If you're familiar with the Moodle and you're, or if you finish watching this one, this will show you how to edit and upload a picture to your profile, and all of you appear here. And you double click on participants and you will see all of the participants in this course, and there I am. And the tutorial will show you how to put a picture in and how to edit your profile. And I'm off screen here, let's see. So that's that tutorial. The next tutorial is really important, and that is how to post and reply on the discussion forum, and that's where 52% of your grade comes from. So if you're a little confused, definitely look at this one. Again, my contact information. Now here's week one. I want to walk through very quickly week one. It's a time for us to build community, so it'll involve an introduction, and then to reflect on teaching in today's classrooms, teaching in the 21st century. So the first, and this is the pattern for every week, first you'll get a broad overview. You click on it and you'll see the broad overview of what you will need to do for this week. Look at that. Read the syllabus. Really read the syllabus. Okay, explore the Moodle tutorials, talked about that. And then at the end, I will always have a checklist. These are the graded behaviors. They are the same ones that appeared in the avatar summary at the top right of the Moodle. So this is the overview, tells you the behaviors, the graded activities. Then it goes into a little more detail. This describes the introduction that you need to write for your colleagues and for me. This is a link to the rubric that I will use to grade your forum post. I would recommend you look at that. So in your introduction, please post a message about yourself, introducing yourself to us. Include your name, your role in the organization you work in, and or what kind of educational goals you have, that sort of thing. And then possibly add something, what you enjoy doing in your spare time. I know this is a really easy piece of the forum, but be generous because it's the only way we'll get to know each other on the Moodle. I've posted my entire profile under the participants rather than in the Moodle forum. So then you add a discussion topic. I'll show you in just 1 second how to do that. And then this will link you to the next part of the forum for this week. But I want to go ahead and jump to, let's go to, so the how you actually do it. So you've decided what you're going to share about yourself. You go to the introduction forum, click on it, and nobody, of course, has done this yet. So you will, when you're ready, you'll go add a new discussion, and you have to type a title. So my fabulous introduction, haha. Okay, and then you type something here. It won't save it without me actually typing something. So hello. Oh, that's not an exclamation point. Hello. I'm typing live for this one. You could probably do it fairly easily for your introduction since it's just about yourself. It's highly recommended though that when you're responding to your readings, you might want to type it offline and then copy and paste it into the Moodle, and I'll show you why that's recommended. Once you're finished posting, you type in your answer, you post it, and then you only have 5 minutes to edit. And there I am. If you decide you want to edit it, you click back on it quickly, and you can read it, and then decide, do you want to edit it? You can edit it, or you can delete it and redo it. But that's why it's really recommended to do everything offline. I'm going to delete this one since I'm just using it as an example. Now, if you put a post in and you miss the 5-minute window, it will not let you do any changes to it. And if you really want to change it, just shoot me an email or call me. I can always go in and delete your forum, and then you can repost. Because this happened to me a couple times. I'm like, oh no, I didn't really actually just put that word in. That really isn't the word I meant. Or, you know, autocorrect is crazy. So that's how you actually post. Let's look at the second part of the first week. Most of the time you'll just have one, but just since this was the beginning, I knew I had to do an introduction. So the introductions were 2 points. This part is worth 2 points as well. You will actually read chapter 1 in the book, and I've abbreviated it all the way through as CAR. And you'll read chapter 1, and then you by Sunday at midnight, you will post answers to these 2 questions. Please refer to page numbers when you answer specific questions, like what ideas in the chapter do you agree with? So if there are 2 things that really stood out to you, you'll say, the idea on page blah blah really stood out to me. The reason why is because when I was a student or when I was a teacher, so actually give the page numbers and where you're finding these things in the text. The second question, then, so I'd answer that, and then I'd skip a line, and then I'd answer the second question. I would paragraph these questions. It makes it very clear to me so I don't mess up and not give you points when you felt you answered the question. Also, it's a good way to keep it straight in your mind that you've covered all of the points you need to. The second question in this part of the post for this week is, what ideas in the chapter do you disagree with? This is a pretty current book. There may be some ideas that you really don't agree with. If you don't find any, then please explain that so that I will know that you've considered this question. And then once you're ready, go ahead and post. Again, I've tried to link these rubrics everywhere so that there's no question where your grades are coming from. But then this will lead to the next week. So that's pretty much the overview of how to answer and post. If you have any questions or comments, please contact me. Thanks.